everyone, and happy Monday. If you're watching me on Monday, if you're listening to me on Tuesday, well, happy Tuesday and welcome to Live Full. You know what it is. You know what time it is. It's a show that helps you reach the potential that is all hidden on the inside of you to come out so that you can live an extraordinary life. And not only that, that those around you, oh my God, they just love being around you because you have totally transformed your life in all areas of your life. Welcome to this show, to this episode. If you're watching me on YouTube, because we're uploading this information, please make sure to hit the like button and the follow. And guess what? Set up the notifications for when we do come on live. And I want you to definitely, leave a comment, right? What is some of your takeaways as I go into this episode today? And I don't know when you're watching this, but one thing is certain, we all want to achieve levels of success in our life. And if that's you, you are in the right place at the right time. So before I begin and go into the episode and topic today, I just want to let you know that Live Full simulcast, both in English and in Spanish, right here in RTV and La Mega Mundial every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and every Tuesday on WSTX 970 AM radio in the U.S. Virgin Islands. If you are listening, you can hear my voice. And for those of you who are listening, welcome. And I'm so happy that you are here. You can watch us through Apple TV, Roku Tempo, and definitely you can download our application on Google Play and Apple Store on www.ourstreamingapp.com. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here today. For a topic for this episode is going to be use the 90-day plan, right? And what are you talking about? Well, 90-day transformation on how to radically change any area. I'm talking about any area of your life. And I'm going to break it down because research shows 21 days to set a habit, right? And 90 days to change your life. Like literally, there's like new neurological patterns in your brain that connects. And all of a sudden, those old things that you used to do because you're being consistent and you're focused, guess what? This is a new version of yourself. Can somebody just repeat after me? This year, it's going to be a new version of me. And it's the best version that yet is waiting for expression and is coming out by God's grace, by his makeup, but by your work and developing your skill sets. Are you up for the challenge? I hope you are. Sometimes if you have started the year, maybe you're watching this in the middle of the year. I don't know, maybe you're watching it at the end of the year. It does not matter when you're watching this. I want you to think about all the goals and all the things you want to achieve in life, right? And perhaps that you've laid them down because, it wasn't at the beginning of the year. Guess what? I'm out. No, I want you to write in your notes, even this, the power of reset, right? And that's going to be my next episode. I want you to I'm going to be talking about reset, but I want you to take into consideration that you can start again. Whew, come on, I love that you can start again. Give yourself the opportunity, give yourself the permission, right, to start over. It doesn't matter if somebody started ahead of you and they're already gone and you're like, and I tell you this because I want you to stop looking to the left, stop looking to the right, and concentrate on whose life? Your life. I want you for a beautiful statement, and I mean this with all the love in my heart: mind your life, mind your business. It just gives you such joy when you are on your path and you're not looking or competing with anyone. You're just busy, right? You're busy achieving. You're busy getting better for yourself, for your family, for your community, right? You are just so laser focused that you have no time for downtime. Right? So my goal today is that you would embrace the 90-day transformation that you can have in any area that you're going to choose today. And with my coaching, I'm going to help you to assess these areas. So let's just dive in. Let's start with number one, right? I want you to think about an area that by doing so, right? In one area, that could be your health and fitness. I'm going to throw some here and you choose, right? One area that by doing so, it creates such change in your life and it'll allow you'll say, yeah, I want to commit 90 days to see a radical improvement in my life, right? Health and fitness, it could be your finances and growth. It could be confidence and your self-worth. I made my notes here just to keep us all on track. Business, perhaps your career growth as you started, or as you are in it, in the middle of it, you're saying, you know what, I want to change. I want to go, I want to elevate myself in that area. Relationships, your marriage, your relationship with your spouse or your significant other, right? Or connections, could be with family or friends that you've lost, right? Or your mindset and mental peace. Think about which area you want that by doing a simple little, and I say simple, dedicated, concentrated 90-day plan, it will make you feel like you're winning. It's going to make you feel like you are already ahead of last year, right? I'm speaking about graduation, right? We spoke about this in one of our episodes that just posted, because if you are still doing 2024 or 2025, if you're watching this on a future date, right? Something's off. We need to be graduating. We need to be experiencing new things. We need to be adding into our, I would say, our collection of memories, new things, new experiences. It shouldn't be a repetition of the same negative, low vibrational, always the same problems thing, right? So let's put that aside, and I want you to think about what is one area. I want you to choose it right now. Pause this video if you're watching me on YouTube, or if you're listening in another application, and I want you to write this question down. What one change, if I commit in the next 90 days, would radically improve my life? Heartfelt, for a minute, stop and say, what would be that thing? Maybe it's my finances, right? Maybe you're struggling. But you know what? You don't have to, because you have skill sets that would allow you to increase your income, but you haven't really given that attention. Could be finances, right? Maybe you have some debts that they're just there. And maybe you've put them under the rug because you don't want to face it because it hurts too much. Well, it's time to, let's face it, for the next 90 days. Don't look at that. What you want to do is focus your energy in getting out, in bringing value, in getting better. Okay, so as I'm speaking right now, I want you to think about what are some of the things that's really going to bring you joy. Okay, number two, let me see if I had, yeah. So we number one, step one was what? Choose one life changing and then focus. One change in focus. What would be one area that would, by doing this, will change my life? Okay. Number two, I want you to think about that one thing right now, and I want you to set a clear and exciting goal. I'll help you right now with this. But one thing that I've noticed with a lot of us, and I've been there, I've done that, oh my goodness, so many times, is that I would set the goal. Okay, great, I want to do this, but I didn't create a clear and exciting path. And I have to say exciting because sometimes I am that kind of person. If it's not pulling me, I'm done. I'm moving to the next, what is it? Shiny object syndrome. And I've had to literally reel myself back in to say, wait, why didn't I reach, let's say, my fitness goals last year? Let's say, oh, because I was busy. I would give myself the excuse that I was busy. But was I busy? So busy that I didn't have at least 30 minutes in the day? No. But it was not what? Set clearly. And it wasn't an exciting goal that created what? A move in me to get the work done. So I want you to look at this. The formula I want to give is this, and I want you to write it down. After I say this, you can maybe pause me and write it down. I will do X, which whatever that is, Y days, Monday through Friday, right? So I can and now reach the desired result. So let's talk about if you're just now setting an exercise goal, and say, I will exercise 4 times a week for 90 days so I can feel confident and energized. Why do you want to do this goal? So we're setting a clear directive. We're setting a clear path as to emotionally too. I'm anchoring something here, not just that I'm going to do this, but why? Why am I going to do this? Because I'm going to feel more confident. I'm going to love how I'm going to feel in my clothes. I'm going to love going to the beach in the summer and seeing that my hard 90-day work paid off, right? Another example, let's say, for example, you're trying to build your online business, and many of you are here listening and watching that is, you might be hitting or missing, and you're like, oh yeah, I just want to build my online social media, but I'm not doing it. So let's talk about it. I will post valuable content 5 times a week for 90 days to grow my brand and attract my ideal clients, right? And by doing so, you start to now gain the traction and perhaps the recognition that you're looking to achieve. That makes sense. I know it does. And this is how we set clear and exciting 90-day goals, right? We can do anything in a very short period of time. And I know one of the things that I love, and I know you too, is seeing the results. Do not, and I would say, do not stop. That's going to be something I'm going to talk about it here. But when you find yourself slowing down, you're going to have to ask yourself a couple questions, but I'll walk you through those as we go here. Now, step 3 in this 90-day transformation that we're looking to achieve, when you create a simple 90-day action plan, right? So we've already chosen the area that we want to really focus on for the next 90 days. I don't care when you're starting. It doesn't have to be on a Monday. People love the Mondays because Monday is the beginning of the week. Whatever day it is, you could start on a Sunday. You could start on a Saturday, whatever it is. So, but the thing is that you need an action plan, right? And in this action plan, I want you to think about your simple steps. It has to be simple. And I love to break it down into 3 mini goals, right? And number one, day one, I mean, when you look at it, day 1 through 30, what are you going to be really working on? I'm going to build momentum with small daily wins, right? So I'm going to wake up in the morning. If you have, let's talk about for the fitness, you're going to go ahead and in the morning, you're going to wake up, right? You're going to have already prepped your meal as to what it is you're going to have to eat in that day, perhaps the week, because a weekly planner is better when it comes to fitness goals, right? And you're going to celebrate that you did what you said you were going to do. There is a reward mechanism that creates in us a desire to do more. When we say, wow, I did it, right? Perhaps you already picked up your workout plan, right? So maybe you're going to plug and play a video, 30 minutes, a hit, 30 minutes, a walking, whatever that is. When you finish, celebrate your small wins. Not too much. I did it. Boom, good. And that's it. And you move forward, right? Now, the next thing, you were breaking these 3 mini goals, day 31 through 60, we push for consistency, right? This is where stuff starts to wobble because now you're not yet seeing results, but you're feeling better, right? So you push with consistency, and you start to challenge yourself by saying, okay, let me increment a little bit more of what I'm doing. If it's financial, no, well, I mean, we already set a budget, right? I'm not gonna go eat out. I'm gonna cook more home cooked meals. I'm going to use a lot of that bulk of the money to put it into perhaps assets, investments, or perhaps paying down a bill. So here we are looking on day 31 through 60. Remember, we're just doing what? This for 90 days. I want you to celebrate your wins. I want you to stay focused. I want you to meditate. I want you to sit there and see the 90 days result that you're looking for. Start using the power of your imagination given to you by God to see things completely done. Because when that happens, you can't help but to go in that direction, okay? So you push for consistency. That's on your second month. And day 61 through 90, we're going all in, right? You are leveling up and you're celebrating your progress. People are already commenting if it's stuff that they can see, if it's internal things, perhaps your family, your friends, your coworkers, people that you've already spoken to, they're going to, you're going to say, I did it. I paid off that one credit card. Because you did that, you're feeling the progress, you're seeing it, you're moving forward. Remember, this challenge, and I call it a challenge, but what we're talking about is the next 90 days. Well, don't worry about the next 90 days or the next 90 days after that. For the next 90 days, I want you to turn off all distractions. I want you to think about your outcome. I want you to think about what am I going to do when this goal is met. right? When you're not feeling 100%, and the negative voices come, because they will come. You've already pre-planned what you're going to do. You're going to ignore that and you're going to go based on what you know the game plan is. All right. So I love this. This is something that helps me. It helps a lot of my clients. And you know what? There is a sense of reward, like we spoke about the reward, the passion reward, when you start to see, wow, well, it paid off, right? I'm a better communicator with my spouse. Yes, I stopped the arguments and I start listening more. So we're talking about in the area that you're choosing by the 90-day mark, how you're going to feel by seeing the progress. Okay. Now, step 4, I love this because step 4 is where you start to build the winning habits. And this is where the duplication of the system that you are now, the winning system, starts to come in, right? And this is a big challenge right now, I'm telling you, because sometimes we feel, I'm going to say this, and people be like, oh, I feel it sometimes when I say it, but here it is. Because you did it once, that does not mean that you're going to do it again, right? It means that you did it once, and now we're still building winning habits. We did something, we kind of put ourselves under subjection. I'll say, our impulses, our negative thoughts, we were constantly there. That's still not you. Even though there's habits that are being formed, you gotta keep going. So you want to set a non-negotiable when it comes to building winning habits and systems for your success for the following next 90 days. Remember, we're not thinking about it, but I'm going to set you up here. You set a non-negotiable daily habit, small but powerful. What does that look like, right? Non-negotiable. And I'm speaking about for the 90 days that you are working, you're going to say non-negotiables. I'm not eating out. Let's just say if you're doing health. Let's say I'm cleaning my pantry, right? I'm starting slow, but I'm cleaning my pantry. I'm bringing in better quality foods, right? And I'm going to move more. I am going to eat less in terms of the quantity. I'm going to portion control, and I'm going to keep all distractions. I'm going to keep all levels of stress down. You are curating for the next 90 days to build winning habits that will be long lasting in your life. Okay. The next one is you create a morning or an evening routine, right? This supports your success. We are creatures of what? Habits. We love what we love. And sometimes when things are shifted in our life, we don't like how we feel because we like the comfort of habits, right? Whether they're good or bad, whether they're serving us or not. So today I want you to think about morning routines that really brings you joy. And these are or evening routines that help you set yourself at ease and anchor in you the right things to do so that you can be very successful in the 90-day endeavor that you're setting yourself. Okay. I want you to track progress. This happens when weekly. Yes. You're doing something every day. But when you do a tracker, and I'm going to have this a simple habit tracker for you to download here, it's going to help you. There's nothing more beautiful to look and say, wow, I did it. I drank my 8 cups of water, or depending on your body size. I did that. I ate clean. Boom. I got a check, right? If we're looking at health. I did not go eat out as much as I did last week. We spoke about this in so many different episodes, but if you want to think about increasing your income, these are certain things that will start to help you when it comes to your mindset and your income. Okay, so you start to really track the progress when weekly. You start building these winning habits that is just going to be totally skyrocketing your desires and really your results. Okay. As we wrap up in this episode, I want you to think about accountability and adjustments. There's nothing more powerful than to have accountability and to have people that are literally rooting for you, right? They are there for you. And it just helps. It just helps to make sure that, if you're diverting or you're kind of coming back into your old ways, they will start to help say, you know what, you're doing it again. And I think that part here, you have to give permission to whomever you're being accountability partner, or if it's a group, that you're not going to be offended when they call you out. Some people don't know how to call out things in love, but you have to hear it that, they're saying it because they love me. You have to hear that. You have to hear, well, they did tell me, stop making negative jokes, because the subconscious does not know the difference, right? So I should not self-inflict myself. I always do this. I'm so stupid. I'm always, I start and don't finish. Those statements, when they call you out, it's like, don't say that, because those words are hurting us, right? And you'll be like, oh my God, I've seen it. People get so emotional. They get so angry. They're like, why are you telling me that? Oh my God, you're not my friend, but you are. Anybody that, even though they're not saying it in the right way, they mention something that is for your benefit, might not be, again, I have to say it, it didn't sound nice. It didn't sound warm and cozy. Take it with a grain of salt and say, great, thank you for that feedback. I am going to go and make some changes. Thank you so much. Yes, you're right. Cancel. Cancel every idle word. Cancel every negative thought. Stop making, I talk about food jokes when you're trying to eat clean. Oh my God, look, and people do this often, but they didn't know they're self-sabotaging. They're sabotaging their efforts. And we're just talking for 90 days. Train yourself. Every single time that negative thought comes, you say, you know what? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to choose a different thought. Because we have the beautiful power of free will to choose a new thought on top of that thought and say, no, that's not me. That's no longer me. This is the new me. Okay? I want to say that because when accountability partners come into the picture, they should be free. They should be in freedom to tell you. And maybe you could tell them, there's a word when I'm feeling a little pressure, let's just use a word. I don't care. It could be apple, pineapple, salmon, whatever it is, right? Okay, so you can back off a little bit, give me a little break. Let me process this. But thank you so much. That is my permission to you to go ahead and tell me what I need to hear. Okay. So the next one is checking in every 7 days and adjust as needed. With accountability and adjustments, this is where your success lies. It lies in that you're checking every week where your markers are. Where am I this week? What did I accomplish this week? And it will help you not only just achieve success, but I'm telling you, it's going to elevate you in your confidence. It's going to elevate you in your posture, because you stuck with that week. I find the first 2-3 weeks are the toughest one. The first 3 weeks are the toughest one. Why? Because you're building new habits. You're becoming a new person. But what? Nothing. You're doing it with grace. You're saying the right words. You're nourishing your body. In this case, you're doing the right things to get you to the next level. All right. Next one is overcoming excuses when it comes to accountability and adjustments, because you want to overcome every excuse by identifying these roadblocks early, right? What would be some of the things that really would throw me off the game, right? Some people, I'm going to just say it, they don't belong in this moment, these 90 days in your inner circle, because they're not contributing to your success in that area. So that does not mean that you're not friends. That means that we're giving you a little break. And I use words very wisely, because I'm trying to achieve something in this short period of time. And I need as many positive people that will inspire me, that will encourage me and really root for me, so that I can achieve this goal. Can somebody say, okay, I heard it, right? Sometimes we have people in our inner circles and in our area that they constantly are not on the same path. They're like, are you going to go again? Oh, you're hitting the gym again. Oh my gosh, aren't you tired of eating salmon? Aren't you tired? Like that is a person, I'm going to say the word, they're a frenemy right now of your goal. So you are going to, with the love of your heart, say, listen, Mary, I need you to help me, and this is not helping me. Can somebody say authenticity, right? I need you to speak today and tell them, I need your help. And if you cannot help me for a season, I'm going to actually ask you to please don't come around, because I need to get this done. Your urgency becomes such a high level of what the word I'm trying to find is realness in your friend's life, when you're like urgent, when you're intentional, when you're saying, that's it, I need everybody on board here, don't invite me for for eating cakes. Don't invite me for wine drinking. I'm not going to come. And I'm telling you early so you don't feel that I'm avoiding. It's just that I'm working on a major goal. Oh, but you can come, girl. You can just be with us. You don't have to, I speak to a lot of women that are in health. They're trying to get their health and their fitness in line, and they feel horrible when they're invited to go out with the girls and they can't eat. And then these girls, hear me, girls, I'm serious. If you're this person, please stop, because people are trying to get healthier. People are trying to live a few more years, right? So what they do is like, this person, I can't believe you're not gonna eat at least once, right? This person is not getting the memo, right? So we have to make tough decisions in terms of adjusting. And I'm slowing down here because this adjustment has to happen so that you can win in your finances, so you can win in your home. Can you, whatever the endeavor is that we're setting ourselves for in the next 90 days. Okay, guys. So the question to ask weekly is, am I moving forward? Write it down, pause it. Am I moving forward? What's working and what's not? Okay. Am I moving forward? What's working and what's not? And stop for a minute every week. We're asking this question. We finished the week. We stayed on task to the best of our ability. Financially, we weren't spending out, blah, blah, blah. Got it? Good. What am I moving forward? Yes, I'm moving forward. Beautiful. What's working? This worked, this worked, this worked. Great. And what's not? Oh, this is not working. This is not working. This is not working. And I want you to start to adjust every week. A beautiful thing happens in 90 days. The success for your 90 days will come because of that number 5, which is building your winning habits. The accountability and your adjustments. That's number 5. Yes, your accountability and your adjustments. Because when you start to become accountable to yourself first, and then you start making those tweaks, you start to see what works and what does not work. Okay. Number 6. Let me see if I did put it. Yeah, I want you to think about your celebrations and your wins. And look, I need you to celebrate little wins. It's so beautiful. I spoke about it. It gives you a level of stickiness, cohesiveness. You stay the course. You go through whatever you go through, because you know what? You're winning. And the leveling up, right? So when you look at number 6, which is celebrate and level up, for the last 30 days, you should have at least have a level of momentum. And these small wins become big wins, right? So I want to encourage that you document each progress every week, your journals, your photos, and your videos. Whatever in the area that you've chosen, this is how you start to celebrate your wins. At the end of the 30 days, I want you to look at your progresses, right? You have your trackers, your habits. You saw that. You saw days were great, some days were good, some days they weren't so good, but you didn't stop. You kept going. And you look at your journal. You wrote something in the morning, in your morning routine I didn't mention, but maybe you're writing stuff that is in your heart, right? I'm writing today, and at the end of the day, something that you look forward to brain dumping, so that you can start to see who you really are, right? And then make those tweaks, right? The photos are powerful. If you do weekly photos, it could be your bank accounts. I don't care. It could be, look, I paid off this debt. Celebrate those wins. Do a video and share it with your loved ones, people that honestly, in your inner circle, they would be super happy. Not everybody, but whoever, you know who they are, that they will totally be like cheering you on. And they would be like, man, I am so proud. And now you're inspiring them. You inspire them to do the very same thing, right? So you go ahead and you look at this, and then the leveling up in terms of your goals, which is your final stretch, closer to the 90 days. You're now looking at all you've endured, all all the changes you had to do, and how you've overcome them. And you now start to think, what has changed in my mindset and my habits, right? You write it down. And how can I continue growing beyond these beautiful 90 days? Like I said, anything that you've done for 90 days, that's a good start, right? That's not, well, I would say that's not you yet, because I've done things for 90 days. It was, some things that stick, like drinking more water. I was a person that didn't drink water at all. But guess what? I started doing that, taking cold plunges. I love that now, but I didn't love that then. And guess what? Those things have stuck with me. Not everything. I did the Heart 75. It was so beautiful because it had me reading. It had me reading a page every day, and I was reading, and I got better. I was like, wow, this is incredible. That still stuck with me because I kept the actions behind of it. So I want you to think about celebrating at the end of the journey of 90 days, leveling up, meaning we're going for another 90 days. But for right now, your goal is the next 90 days for you to pick an area. And I want you to like narrow your sights, and that's what you're going to go with, right? Right now, as I wrap up this episode, I want you to download my free 90-day transformation worksheet. It's going to help you to track your progress and truly stay motivated. You can do so right here on the link below, or you can email at Brenda L Cotto 2TCOTTO.com, and you'll have that link in your inbox, right? So download below if you are here on Amazon, when I say Amazon, but on YouTube, and have that directly into your inbox so that you can start the 90-day plan. And wrapping up, I want you to think about these words. There is power in reset. And there's another huge power in starting again. If you stop, I want you to take a minute and say, you know what? Clap, clap. I'm going to change. I'm going to reset, and I'm going again. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.